Okay, so I'm Lucius, the Viking Realtor. This is Brad with Hoola Technology, and we have differing opinions on pretty much everything. And it most of the time ends up in a hysterical conversation that we thought it would be entertaining and fun to record for you guys to make fun of. So I've prepared a few questions that I know that Brad and I have differing opinions on, and we're going to lobby because we're lobbyists. Would you like to explain how we're lobbyists?
Well, we're lobbying.
Yeah, we lobby right here in the
lobbying in the lobby.
This is where we come to try and change each other's opinions on things.
I don't know that we really try to change each other's opinions. See, this is the argumentative side. I think we do disagree.
Where we tend to passionately disagree about our points of view.
Yes.
Not only just with each other, but we actually we invite people in all the time.
Absolutely. Anybody can come lobby with us. In fact, any one of you can come lobby with us. We just sit.
We've got 2 extra chairs.
Hang out and yeah.
So, all right. So let's move on to a new topic here because this one is not necessarily something we disagree on, but I find it hilarious every time. Who's the better chicken place in town?
There is literally only one chicken place in town. That is good.
We've got KFC. We've got Lee's. And we've got your favorite, which is Cane's.
I hate you.
I don't. Do we have another one? Is there?
Oh, there's like a lineup. There's Churches. There's
Churches. There's
There's
not even.
There's Chick-fil-A.
Okay, first of all, Churches. I'm not even sure the construction's complete because if you drive by there, you can still see the Hardy Star.
Yeah, I'll be honest. When I went there, now they just opened. When I went there to Churches, I asked for a chicken sandwich, and they gave me like a thigh.
Yeah, just
with the bone still in it. And I walked up and said, "Can I have a boneless chicken sandwich?"
That's it.
I didn't think you had to ask for that.
The
But
first time I went, I sat in the drive-thru so long that I actually questioned whether or not the restaurant was open.
yeah, I can see that.
I saw a car in front of me, so that was my first indicator. But then I started to wonder, like, did they just get bored and drive off?
Yeah.
Or did they give up? Or what was the So they're not really like on point.
And to be honest with you, I mean KFC, it gets a pass just because it's been around for so long.
Yeah, well, I mean
it's a solid. It's solid.
The original recipe.
Lee's was family there. There was family. There's a whole history there.
Wait, between Lee's and KFC?
Yeah, they are actually family.
Is there a bloodline chicken war going on?
I don't think it was war. I think they actually got along. I think that was the case.
No wonder they're both good, though.
Yeah. Lee's is absolutely the best chicken place.
I don't know that we disagree on that fact.
I will tell you Cane's needs to go back to where it came from.
I find that statement so funny because their whole like ideal or their whole persona that they put out there is like unity and one and love.
I hate them so much. I hate them so much.
He doesn't like that they only have one dipping sauce.
Who does that? Who does that? Well, the chicken is bland. It's just like
it's the same.
It's not. If you go to Lee's and you go and have chicken at Lee's, it is the best chicken you'll put in your mouth ever.
Gordon Ramsay, that's a challenge, by the way.
It doesn't matter. Gordon Ramsay doesn't know. He doesn't know. Lee's is where it's at.
I do like Lee's. I like Lee's biscuits. I like their potato wedges. I like their chicken. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I think their cold chicken is one of the absolute best you can have. Like,
wait, did you just say cold chicken?
Yeah, like day after, like breakfast chicken. Oh, it's phenomenal. Or like midnight snack in your underwear chicken when you're like standing there in front of the fridge.
There is no reason to have cold chicken, is there?
It tastes delicious. I mean, as long as it's cooked. I'm not talking about like raw cold chicken.
Well, no.
Like you take that chicken, you have it for dinner, you put it in the fridge.
Okay, wait. You know what? I can actually buy that because I have put cold chicken on salads before, but that's the only use for it. I think.
I mean, it's also good for midnight underwear snacking.
Just go in and just tear it into chicken.
Yeah.
Man, we live in 2 different worlds. I don't midnight snack on chicken.
Do you know what happiness is, Brian?
I do. I do. It is not cold chicken, I will tell you that.
I don't last time I can actually say I ate at KFC, but
Honestly, KFC's reserved for reunions.
reunions?
Yeah, it's reunion.
Why
chicken.
wouldn't you go to Lee's?
Oh, it's reunion chicken.
Like, are you talking like high school reunions? Like where you want to torture people? Or?
I don't know. I guess I associate KFC with just like a reunion. Like when I go to like a family reunion,
Yeah.
somebody brings buckets of KFC. I don't know why.
You do live in different worlds, Brad.
I don't know why.
My family is all like carrying people.
This brings back the casserole issue.
Yes, it does. Okay. All right, no, that's a good one. That's a good one to bring up. Okay. I was apparently unaware that when something traumatic, we'll just say something traumatic, right?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be any one thing.
Yeah.
But apparently when something traumatic happens, you're supposed to, or a hardship of some sort, you're supposed to apparently bring a casserole. I guess this is like a Midwest thing. I've grown up in Indiana. And within a couple hours of here.
I feel terrible for you. I really do.
And I've never once had anyone bring me a casserole, but Brad was offended by this.
Everybody eats casseroles when it doesn't matter with like a funeral, somebody's in the hospital, something happens.
Is that what happened? Was it a funeral that we broached this subject for the first time?
I don't remember how we broached this subject.
I feel like it was a funeral. It was a funeral because it was Miranda's.
Yes, that's right.
Stepfather.
And she, it actually, well.
Did she make a casserole or someone bring
No, but she understood the casserole thing as well. I don't remember.
Did you bring her a casserole?
Now I feel like a bad friend.
Oh. So you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Oh, no, I know what it was that brought it up. I was eating the show pals from Brio, the new Filipino place.
Yeah.
And I was eating the show pals, and that's what brought up the casserole, because I was saying that those are, to my knowledge, like the casserole of where they would take them to like funerals and stuff. That's what brought that whole subject
up. Oh yeah,
because
we were talking. Because I asked you if you were sitting Shiva.
Yes.
So I just didn't know this was a thing though, because it's always been a common courtesy to provide food for like if for example, friends of mine just had a baby.
Yeah.
I wanted to just go. I wanted to either go cook them a meal or give them like do the cheap way out and do the Grubhub gift card or something like that.
I do think times have changed.
So it's just an evolution of. But I've never once been brought a casserole.
Well, and maybe it's not. Maybe you don't bring casseroles anymore. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that was just an old thing, and now we do the.
But everyone from like the Hartford City, Albany group of our acquaintances and friends, they jumped on board with this immediately. I asked Hannah about it, and Hannah was she's all crazy about bringing casseroles.
Yeah, casserole's kind of a thing.
It
makes, honestly, it's the best thing. Honestly, because like you can reheat it. I would never eat it cold, but I suppose
It depends on the casserole.
No, I think you got to heat it up. I've never had a cold casserole. That'd be terrible.
I mean, casseroles get a bad rap anyway because there are so many casseroles out there that someone's
they're a lot like
really
the crock
good.
pot.
Yeah, yeah. Does anyone else feel like crock pots are like crock pot meals or Russian roulette?
Dude, there was the T-Mobile guy. He does crock pot Sundays.
The T-Mobile guy?
Like I don't know. He looks like a rocker from like the 70s or something or 80s, and he's the T-Mobile.
You
guy.
might watch more commercials than I do.
Yeah. Maybe.
How many streaming services do you have?
Too many. I think I have like.
How many where are you seeing the T-Mobile guy?
It's been a while, but then I started watching his casserole Sundays.
Like if you say like
he does, I think he actually does like TikToks and things like that too, or used to, on Facebook. He'd have a commercial on those things.
Man, I tell you, like my wife comes from a massive Polish family. Like first Christmas with their family was 55 people stuffed into a farmhouse.
Wait,
and
I'll hold that thought.
Yeah, but the casseroles and the crock pots and like 42 pounds of Polish sausage. I mean, the sausage was great, but like every time I picked up anything in a casserole dish, I felt like I was gambling. I was a little afraid.
So just like, is pierogies from Poland?
They're Polish, yeah. That's a Polish.
Can she make pierogies?
My wife, no. She couldn't burn toast if she had the recipe. Yeah.
I really like pierogies.
She used to, in college, she lived off of fried rice.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ramen?
that's it. No, just fried rice.
Just fried rice.
Yeah.
So she's got fried rice down.
Like I'm a C plus B minus cook. Like I'm a fair cook.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks I'm a gourmet chef because I can make multiple different things.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like biscuits and gravy isn't hard.
You have lied to her.
No, I just let her come to her own conclusions. That I'm not
I feel like you.
She bought me a Gordon Ramsay masterclass one year for Christmas, which was great. Yeah.
I'm really hoping Gordon Ramsay sees these, aren't you?
Sure. I've been watching a lot of Hell's Kitchen lately.
Well,
It's kind of right here in my brain.
Is that why you cuss me a lot more lately?
No, I just cussed you because you just incite that within me. In my soul, Bradley, I feel like the only way to communicate with you is to curse at you most of the time.
That's fair. That's fair.
So you actively make sure that I do less work in a day. I feel like it's one of your talents is to just ensure that whatever I'm trying to do, I don't get done.
You know, this is a problem. This is a problem. This is actually why I need people to help keep me on track of things, because I am all over the place. I really am.
Well, okay, so let's
in a good way. Like I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. But yeah,
it's the difference between like self-employed and the corporate world. Right?
Yeah.
Like in the corporate world, everyone just expects that you're on, a full 8 hours. But we all know that's complete utter bullshit.
Yeah. You're like 2 hours good through the day.
When I was in the corporate world, it was 8 to 9. Are you done?
I'm done. I apologize.
Like, do you need some attention?
I need water.
Okay. But I feel like it was always like 8 to 10 or 8 to 9 in the morning was kind of a wash, right? Like everyone's, that first hour is just for people to get their caffeine in.
Oh yeah.
They're checking their emails, they're getting their caffeine loaded up. They're not really working.
Yeah.
Then like 9 to 1 is like my most productive ever. And then I hit lunch, and then after I come back from lunch, like it's a crapshoot.
Oh yeah, it depends on the lunch, but yeah, you could be done for the day or maybe get an hour or two.
You got to go take your break. You got to get that, like, you got to get your poop break in for the day. Like, I mean, how many hours are you actually working in a corporate job?
Yeah.
So we just utilize our 4 hours or our 3 hours of hard work better.
Yeah.
And then we feel like we can lobby because we have to solve the world's problems.
We do, or at least we think we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why the camera's here now, is because we have solved the world's problems so many times.
We got to record.
We got to record it to be able. We're going to send this to our legislators later. Be like, hey guys, it's not that hard. We solved all the problems.
To be real though, even though we disagree on a lot, we are pretty middle of the road on a lot of things too. I'm not in reality.
I don't know that there are many issues that like we can't find a gray area on, but I think that's just life in general.
You think? I think most people are like that.
I do 100%. 100%. I believe absolutely most people are more middle of the road. We have a lot less extremists than
what the media
wants us to believe. Yeah.
Which is sad, because I think that almost incites violence in some ways as well, just by creating that complete division with each other.
Well, that's where the whole concept of the keyboard cowboy comes in, right?
Yeah.
Like there's no like if I can talk to you in the shittiest manner possible and there's no repercussion,
yeah,
it just incites violence and
so we both grew up when the internet first started.
Oh yeah.
When the internet first started, you were anonymous. Was that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm curious, because like when we started, like there were things like I'm not promoting this site at all, but there was like 4chan, there was things like that. Then you were anonymous.
Chat rooms, yeah.
Chat room, yeah. You were not. Nobody knew who you were. And do you think that kicked off the whole like? Yeah.
I think it gave us a really good. We used to study this in sociology in college.
Interesting.
That actually opened up a very large section of people with. You didn't even need to lower your inhibitions. Your inhibitions are automatically lowered by knowing that there's no repercussion for what you're going to do.
Oh yeah.
So it was the first time. It was like it's been a sociological study for a long time that if you are anonymous online or thought to be anonymous online, you're going to show your true colors. It's kind of like when you get someone drunk Trunk.
Trunk.
When you get someone drunk, no,
We have not had any
it's,
liquor.
they lower their inhibitions and they start talking truths, right? It may
Yeah.
not always be coherent, but the internet just gives you that same effect because they're like, well, they're never going to reach me. They're never going to know who I am, so I can say whatever I want and be as mean as I want, and there's no repercussions for it.
I noticed that with even local people now, as like Facebook and things like that, when you start like, and I have to catch myself sometimes doing it too.
Oh yeah, at least Facebook, you have to at least
yeah.
think.
But I think there's still that people don't realize that there's another person on the other line, on the other end of that.
Yeah, a human being.
Yeah, an actual person that you would never sit down and sit and talk like that to them.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't, because like you'd be like, man, if I spoke to someone like that in person,
Yeah. You'd either get punched in the nose, or that you'd never, like, you would just...
I'd be afraid that someone would go home and hurt themselves.
Or that, yeah.
Like, what issue could we possibly disagree on that I just want you to go home and hang yourself?
Absolutely, yeah, there's nothing.
There's nothing out there. Like, I mean, I've had some, like, there's a lot of stupid people out there. I mean, I work with a lot of them.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, I mean, no, but like I've never disagreed so much. Like I've had disagreements that have made me angry.
Yeah.
But I think that's it. That happens a lot more when someone's not willing to consider the other side of the argument.
Yeah, and I do. Yes, I think that's exactly right. And there's also passion, right? Like there's this passion that you have about certain subjects.
Yeah.
That's not unhealthy. It's just when that passion becomes complete and utter 100% truth, and you can't.
Yeah, the cognitive dissonance that comes along with it. Like,
Yeah.
Well, no, this is the way.
This is
the
the
light,
only-
the truth,
yeah.
and you're never going to sway my opinion.
Yeah.
What's a fact?
Yeah.
Those kind of things are irritating.
Yes.
Or my other super favorite is when someone is arguing something that they have no idea what they're talking about. They're arguing about some medical condition, and they don't have a freaking PhD. They've never been a doctor or intern or anything of that nature. They're like, oh, but I have a friend. That argument.
Yeah, what was it? Like every time there's like a law issue or something like that, everybody turns into a lawyer.
Oh, everyone's a lawyer. You ever notice, like, I was talking to Erica about this last night, it never fails whenever I start a project, when I get to the end of that project and I'm like damn near completion, that's when everyone wants to lend their advice.
Oh yeah, you should have done it this way, or you should have done it that way, right?
Yeah. You've built Hoola from the ground up. You've been doing how long has Hoola been in existence now?
I think we're at 9 years now, so.
So you've been okay. So let me tell you what you should do with your business.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yes.
That's how this happens, right? Yeah. I'm like, oh, are you coming from a place of experience or expertise? Are you lending me your advice because you've done this for decades and you know more than the guy who does this every single day for the past 10 years of his life?
Yeah.
Oh no, I just saw it on TikTok. It was neat.
Well, I've found that I always ask people before I even intercede if they even want advice, because that's the thing. Like,
but it's rude to say no, right?
You got a good point. I think though that it comes up naturally though, so it's not really a like, hey, you want my advice? It's not like something like that. It's not but it's mostly like there's a conversation, there's a problem. And as a guy, I'm trying to fix that problem, and I have to catch myself and say, "Do you really like?" I'm going to offer some things that maybe you don't really care to hear, and that's fine. But like, do you even want to hear? Like, it's okay.
Is there a problem though? Because I haven't had a problem yet, and I got lots of people offering advice. But I understand what you're saying though. It's funny that you said
people come to me a lot with their problems. I don't know. I somehow became a therapist.
You went down the wrong path. Man.
I did.
Like I really just want to work on computers, people.
I don't mind it though. I honestly enjoy it. I think it's because I actually genuinely do love people.
Yeah. And when you care about someone, I want to see everyone do well.
Absolutely. That's this place, right? Like that's the whole idea is this place here is because you wanted to see other people just be able to excel as well.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just something that
it was above Viking, I guess.
It was above. It was beyond Viking Realty. It was above just having an office for us. It was about creating an environment where other people with similar interests, not real estate, but small business.
Yeah.
I want my building to be like a networking group in its own.
Yeah.
And I mean, there were so few people out there willing to help when I first got started that's what I gravitate towards, is like creating an environment where other people can learn and come, like, learn from other business owners and add their own expertise into the mix. And it's a slow process because, first of all, you just don't find that many people who are self-employed, period.
Well, they're all hiding. They're all in their, they're all in their home. They think they're alone.
They do think they're alone. Yeah.
I remember when I first started. I started in the coffee shop.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the coffee shop, and it was very much a lone process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just sit, like, you go to a coffee shop to experience energy of other people.
Yeah, you're just like, I don't know what to do now.
But I know, yeah. Well, I got my laptop and I look busy. I could be a writer, and you look this. Yeah.
Starting a business is hard, man. It really is.
Oh.
But it's so rewarding.
Yes. Love it.
Yeah, it's so rewarding.
It is. It's crazy. I mean, you get pigeonholed into this idea when you're young about go to college so you can get a good job. Oh, yeah. I never once heard any of my guidance counselors or teachers or anything, or any adult figures in my life be like, oh, go to college to start a business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, go to Silicon Valley. That's all they talk about.
Yeah.
Like, no one at Silicon Valley wants to go work for anyone else. They're all there to create their own business. They all want to be tech giants. They all want to be the next Google.
They're creating their app. They're doing whatever it is. Yeah.
It's never about, like, the conversation is completely different. It's never about finding a job.
Yeah. We need to go to Silicon Valley sometime. That'd be an awesome trip.
It would be a cool trip.
I've never been.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I just watched the TV show.
This is where you become an expert.
This is why I'm an expert. Not how I become an expert. That's all. That's all. It was on Amazon Prime. Perfect. Well, this was just a taste. We plan on doing this more often because it's fun and it's entertaining for us. But this is just a small taste of the nonsense that we get into. If there's a topic you want us to hit on, something you want us to discuss, let us know in the comments, and we'll see what we can do to facilitate. We're going to try and do this once every... I don't know. We really haven't discussed it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I don't know. A couple weeks or a month or whatever, once a month. I don't know.
Brad doesn't actually own a watch, so I can't get him to show up on time. So it looks like a watch. It's actually a heart rate monitor.
Yeah, it's for my sleep.
Okay. Have a great day, guys. I'm Lucius, the Viking Realtor.
Brad Doherty, Hoola, Managed IT.
Managed IT. This is Brad Lucius.